Welcome back to the Gundam Fan E-Festival 2023. It's been a whole 12 minutes since we've talked to you. We missed you so much. And in that 12 minutes, I built my PG Unleashed RX-78. Stop texting me, stop emailing me, stop sending me tweets and all angry messages. It's done. I won GUNPLA.
Oh, yes. Very good.
Same four here. Freddie, Melly, Xavier. We are super excited. Freddie, what are we talking about this half hour?
So we are going to be talking about GUNPLA latest news, and we have some really exciting things to show you today. So if we could go to the first slide really quick.
First slide.
All right. So GUNPLA, Bandai Hobby Center quality, and these are all the Bandai Hobby Center items that we have for you. So first, we want to show you, next slide.
Not ready, but okay.
Oh, unfortunately, we don't have this here today, but make sure you guys come back in the next couple of weeks, not here, but on Gundam Info and any kind of Gundam information site that you guys go through, because the MG Verka narrative Gundam C-Packs will be coming out. The information will be rolling out in the near future. But don't you worry, we still have pretty cool things to show you today. So the first thing that we want to show you is the high-grade 1144th G-Line Standard Armor. This went by so fast on Premium Bandai, and we have first looks for you guys today. You can see on the screen some of the images, but we do actually have the real thing in front of Xavier right now. So if you cut to Xavier really quick.
Yeah, so the G-Line Standard Series, the first high grade with the standard equipment is coming out. It's on Premium Bandai. Actually, you said it was sold out already.
I think it's sold
out. But it's okay. There'll be another run.
Yeah,
as most people are aware who shop on Premium Bandai, the items, they come back, and especially if they're part of a larger lineup of items. Yeah. So this first G-Line that's being released, it does come with just the standard bare body that you can see right here, but also comes with the equipment for this normal configuration, which includes the Gatling Smasher, which is they're like overhead Gatling cannons that you can see above its shoulders. So all the armor does come off, and it's going to be good for some high-level customization once you guys get your hands on it.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. I think it's from Gundam Senki, right?
Yeah. So the funny thing about the lore on this is like it was first mentioned like obscurely way back when in an old MSP data book, but like physically never showed up until that video game, when it was actually you could actually play it and whatnot. And then years after that's when the merchandise for it's finally coming out. So it's over 40 years old technically as a design.
That's kind of the fun of GUNPLA, and especially like some of the premium Bandai items, like the GM Spartan was something similar to that, right?
Yeah, it's an obscure kind of side variant of the GM that you don't see. It's not any anime series or whatnot. So like you only know about it if you're like really digging deep into the lore of Gundam.
You guys love the GM Spartan. You guys are. Oh, I love that kit too. But yeah, so the G-Line Standard Armor. Do you want to go in close one more time?
So if anyone wants us to, I don't know, I guess I'll like rotate it around for people who.
And by the way, this kit.
Closer to you.
Yeah. This kit, it does not come with two mobile suits. It comes with one. It's just the armor. You can swap out the armor to make it look like the one on the left or the right, and then of course with future customization, as Xavier just mentioned right now. Now, let's get to the second kit. And the second kit, if you guys were part of the last segment, GUNPLA Melly was talking about the Rose Gundam. So this is from Mobile Suit G Gundam, or G Fighter.
Mobile Fighter G Gundam.
Yeah.
So you have the word, just not the order.
Right.
It counts for something.
Right. But yes. So HG 1144th Gundam Maxter, essentially the USA Gundam. You guys are loving this one too. We actually have this kit live in the studio. GUNPLA Melly, the most American Gundam ever. Yup, absolutely. So he's on a surfboard. He wears football stuff. He boxes.
He's got 6 shooters on his thighs.
6 shooters. I really love this effect part that we're starting to come out with, the punch. Was there a name for it? Do you remember?
So, this particular gimmick with all the armor flying off and the stand, that's an original high-grade gimmick for showing it off as a way to cast off all of its external armor. But it's someone in the chat. What are Chibity's punch attacks? There's like machine gun punch. I forgot all the other ones.
I bet Chris knows. Chris, help us out here. Does it come with the stand and everything?
Yeah, the stand is part of it. Yeah. So the original gimmick is that it comes the way to showcase all the armor coming off as he did in the show. But yeah, all of it does attach onto the Maxter itself, and you can play around with that once you guys have it in your hands.
And if you, thank you for going back to that slide. And you can see what it comes with on the bottom right-hand corner. And Gundam Maxter is a little similar to the G-Line standard that we just saw a second ago, where he has the full quote-unquote armor version that you see on the top right-hand corner, where he's like eye to eye with the Gundam Rose, but also in this form where he has the HG original gimmick, where
the stand part, yeah, the stand part.
That pops off, so you get that action base-ish, or actually, is that an actual action base?
Yeah, it's the action base, was it 5 for the small high grade 144 size, yeah. So it's a clear red one that's
a red one, though.
Exclusive to this release.
Right.
So the Gundam Rose came with a translucent blue one.
Now you gotta get one.
I definitely am. There's not a question.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Awesome.
So all of a sudden that one's just going to disappear from the studio, and we're like, hey, where'd it go?
No, they want to build it. They don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
we have
that's
to build it. We have to build it.
It's no fun if you just get it.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that some people like to get like already pre-built ones too, but really the fun in GUNPLA is the building process. It's very therapeutic. I love doing it when I'm just trying to catch up on some of my, like right now we have G-Reco and we have Turn A Gundam streaming for free on Gundam.info. And so I have it in the background as I'm like building which one am I building right now? I am building, oh, actually it's not a Gundam kit, but it's a Bandai kit.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Whoa. No, still in the Bandai family. It's just an older IP. But yeah, so there's some of the stuff that we got. And then next, what we have is not premium Bandai, but regular items. And the first item that we want to show, and if you go to the next slide as well, is a high-grade 1144th Gundam DouD Arc. Did you guys watch the Gundam Build Metaverse, the miniseries?
Yes.
A lot of fun, a lot of fan service, a lot of how old is that series? 10 years?
2014 was when it came out. So
okay,
there's been a lot of build series since. Yeah.
Right.
2013.
You have a lot of the characters. You'll see some of like a beefed up character version of what you've seen in the past. But I really love all this like translucent plastic that all of these kits are coming with. So once again, this is the high grade 1144 Gundam DouD Arc. Let's give it a little spinsies. And by the way, tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time or 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, you guys got to check your calendars. But we do have the Gundam Build Metaverse watch party happening. So you guys can watch all 3 episodes at once with all of your friends. So that one is the Gundam DouD Arc. Did you have any comments on it or?
So let's see. It's an upgraded version of what the character used from the previous Build Divers series. So there's actually lots of new parts. So there's a gimmick with the GN drives on the shoulders. So it's individually molded, and it kind of pops up to show like the GN particle effects, like it would be if it was the actual machine. Mm-hmm. So even though the mold is from the original DouD Diver release, there's actually been a number of parts on it that have been upgraded for this one.
All right. Cool. So let's go to the next one. Pluton Gundam. High grade 1144 Pluton Gundam. And as I mentioned earlier, when you see a lot of like black plastic, and not always, but sometimes when you see the black plastic with the GUNPLA logo, that's one of the items that we've used the recycled plastic from the recycle project that we have in Japan to make some of this. And that is, you'll see the core Gundam on the left-hand side, this small guy. I know you guys love the core Gundam because you can add all the accessories and the different parts from this Pluto armor. Now, we don't have the full version, but we did show like in the image a second ago. The core Gundam does transform as well, right? Into the little, I don't want to say the wrong name because people are going to be like, you don't know what you're talking
Oh, the internet is super forgiving, Freddie. No one has ever besmirched anyone for making any kind of errors.
Plutonine? It's the planet. Is it a planet?
It is.
Is it a planet again?
Yeah.
It's a planet again?
No, I don't think it's a planet. I think it's a dwarf planet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm being very technical.
I mean, I apologize. I mean, I'm all for Pluto being a planet. It was always a planet. I'll sign a petition to make it a planet again. But
do we date ourselves when we say Pluto is a planet?
I think so.
Right? Are we officially there now?
Yeah.
We might be.
Right.
We might be.
So this is also from the Gundam Build Metaverse as well. And then the next one we have over on Xavier's side is a high grade 1144 Shin Burning Gundam. He shows up, I think, in episode 3 without giving out too many spoilers, right?
Yes. Wait, 2, 3? I'm trying to remember which, because the actual 3-episode series is kind of happens really fast. I actually can't remember if it's the second or third episode he's in.
Once again, you have all the
To the
translucent.
right.
I don't know what to call that plastic in the U.S., but you are the
It's
polarized resin, like
polarized resin. Yeah, it's translucent. So this right now he's folded up in a cloak too. So the Shin Burning Gundam, it's kind of based off the Master Gundam. So this cloak thing is a gimmick that originally came from the Master Gundam and G Gundam. So it does unfold. Unfortunately, I lost some of the parts as we were setting up, so it can actually turn and stuff. But yeah, the cloak does envelop its body and can be retracted, and there's some extra parts to have it in a more compact form, so it can do all its kung fu G Gundam style poses that it does in the show.
Right. And Master Gundam, in the actual Master Gundam, it's solid. It's not like a translucent piece. Right?
Yeah, that's like a solid cloak. This is like a translucent, like I forgot if it's like a. So this is an energy effect. I forgot if it actually is like a damaging energy effect in the show or not, or if it's defensive. I can't remember.
All right, and then the next one is super awesome. GUNPLA Melly got to see it right before we got into, but it is the high grade 1144 Destroy Gundam. This one's going to take a little while until it makes it into the stores in the US, but we did want to show it to you first. So we brought it into the studio. We asked Japan, we said, can you please find one so that we can show it during the stream? And here it is, the big boy.
We need to like adjust the camera angle.
Shelf presence, because this kid definitely has that.
Probably have to adjust the camera. He's pretty big.
Yeah,
That's a big boy.
He's a big boy. He's a
Mitch
big
has
boy.
to leave his perch behind the computer, move the camera way back. It's probably gonna be a different room by the time he gets it focused on there. Yeah, this is like nothing I've ever seen.
Those of you who are familiar with the Psycho Gundam from Zeta Gundam know that in Seed Destiny, there's also a similarly sized humongo giant Gundam that's within that series. So this is coming out later next year. We have this kind of built prototype sample for everyone to see, and we can actually transform it into its other mode. It comes with also a ton of energy effect parts. So I got like. Let's see if I can show these.
Got red parts and green parts.
So like it has like the 4 energy for its like overhead cannons that are on its backpack, but also it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 24 little beam parts for its little side port cannons that are all across its saucer body. Let's see. Do we have time to transform it? I don't know how it's going to.
Sure, go for it.
The camera really quick.
I mean, it's just so many.
The slide.
That is huge.
And you can see in the bottom right-hand corner the accessories, quote-unquote, beam effect accessories that it comes with. So it's pretty massive. And somebody in the chat just said, that's a high grade. That's right. This is a high grade kit. So you're supposed to put this next to any of your Gundam Seed Destiny characters so that you have them all in the cohesive same world. But it's pretty massive, guys. I know there's another, how many beam effects? Yes, lots. Lots of beam effects is what we have. This one, it's cool. So you're going to change it into the mobile armor version, right?
No, that was the mobile armor version. I'm turning it into the
mobile armor version.
It looks like it has like little demony little eyes on its front saucer.
Xavier's so brave.
I know.
Actually, you could turn the camera back on so people can see that I'm attempting to transform this thing.
Having done live unboxings, I know it's always terrifying, but yeah, this is an immense one. This will definitely be something that will dominate a shelf. If you're someone who stores your Gundams in like a Billy or a Detolf or something like that, you're gonna have to move a shelf to make room for this bad boy.
I gotta say though, I don't particularly collect like Gundam Seed Destiny, but Gundam Seed Destiny definitely has a lot of cool items.
Yeah.
Do you collect Gundam Seed items or?
I do have a few. They have interesting designs.
Right.
But this guy is definitely on the top of my wish list right there. I mean, look at it. He's literally the size of the perfect grade.
Right.
He's so massive. He just dwarfs all the little high grades behind him, and I'm all about big kits. So I'm very happy that this is getting a release and a normal release. So I'm definitely looking to pick this guy up.
You know, a mega-sized version of this, as somebody mentioned in the chat, would literally be a tiny child.
Yeah, I think Joe must live in California like us because he's like, can we get a mega size so I can use it for the carpool lane?
That's funny.
And I will say Xavier's super brave, as you mentioned, Dave, because when it comes to high-grade kits or any kind of like plastic model, it's not meant to be like an action figure where you're just like moving it all the time. You pose it.
Yeah, you
They
find
kinda,
your pose.
leave it.
Yeah.
But we did want to show you guys the transformation. We did want to show you guys like the before and after. It's just massive.
Yeah.
You could see some stuff that we have in the back, which I didn't want to show you guys yet, but I'm pretty sure some keen eyes have caught some other seed items in the back, but you could tell how much bigger it is.
I'm always interested in, you mentioned, people don't really repose their figure, their model kits. Melly, when you put a model kit in your display, is it pretty much there forever, or do you, how often do you go and rearrange your displays?
Never.
Never?
I mean, there's like hundreds, so it's a whole day process. If
Yeah.
I were to go in there and rearrange them, so that once I put them on a shelf,
It's where it lives.
Yep, it's gonna die there.
Oh, he top heavy.
Hey, there you go. Look at that.
Nice.
He's super top heavy. So most high grades will come up to just like its kneecap in terms of size. So it's fairly accurate to what we see in the show, even though some of the scenes are super dramatized. Dramatized?
We know what you mean.
One of those words.
I'm stepping on what you're spitting.
Yeah. Also, I can't find the locking mechanism, but it is able to. The backpack is able to actually move closer once it's untransformed. So right now it's leaning backwards, but that's actually just because I'm mistransforming it right now.
And if we have more time, of course, we'd love to put every single, I don't know, there's like 20 different, don't quote me on the number, but like 20 different like beam effects that you can put into every single bit. I mean, if you look at like the key art that we had on the slide earlier, it is massive. It is blue. It is the high grade 1144, just right on.
Plenty of kudos in the chat for you, Xavier, for doing that on stream.
Yeah.
It is a prototype, so there's some parts that are kind of more secured than others, but on the final version that's released later next year, like everything will be very solid.
Right. I really thought, I'm like, you're really brave right now.
Calling your shot, like, no, put the camera back on so people can see how this works. I'm like, oh my gosh, whoa. I thought it was gonna be like a cooking show, like, oh no, put the camera somewhere else. And then get another one, like, yeah, oh yeah,
Like,
look,
or like how they put it in the oven, right? And like 5 minutes later, oh, here it is, it's all done.
done. I transformed it. See how good it looks? Just like my RX.
All right, continuing with some first looks. We got two more kits that are really exciting. I'm pretty sure some of you guys caught it in the background of the Destroy Gundam. If you go to the next slide. The upcoming Gundam Seed Freedom movie. Of course, you guys have seen the two kits, and we have them in the studio right now.
See if I can. I probably put them outside the camera frame again. I don't know. Oh yeah, there we go.
So we have the Immortal Justice Gundam, and we also have the Rising Freedom Gundam.
Along with we had the narrative Gundam Master Grade slide earlier, but there's only a few prototypes of that kind of floating around.
Right.
We would not get it, unfortunately, for this event in time, but we were able to get some other ones, including what we saw earlier for the G line, but also these are the upcoming Freedom and Justice variants from the new Gundam Seed Freedom movie. So we actually had to build these ones.
So Victor is actually the first person in the United States to build the actual Rising Freedom and the Immortal Justice Gundam.
Had to build it, right?
Had to build it.
I like your choice of words. Oh, I mean, someone had to do it.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, we had to have it on the stream, right?
That's right.
But also, they were pretty fun to build. Also, yeah.
So what kind of things did you find like different? Because I know there's like the seed action system and some new things that are included in these high grade model kits.
Yeah. So actually, I don't know if we can get the camera slightly bit closer, but so they have so in addition to joint systems that allow for like better poses, there's some new gimmicks. Let's see if I can show it off. I don't know if I can show it off here. So there's a gimmick in. So if you guys have seen the various real grade and master grade releases, there's a gimmick that happens in like the bottom section of the hip axis where it'll roll forward or roll down to allow you for more movement. There's an actual, let me see if I can show this here. There is an actual pulling mechanism on these new kits that you don't have to do that rolling motion. You just pull it down and it just goes down to allow you for that larger range of movement. Maybe I have to like disassemble it partially to show it. Hold on a second. But anyway, these are from the new Gundam Seed Freedom movie. And so you'll see these as on screen soon in January. And also the high grades are coming out at that time. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can. So do you see this hip axis right here? So it goes up and down for these kits. So instead of the rolling motion that is found more on like the high grade and master grades, this one has it. So you just pull up and down. So
how does that compare to your ones that high grades in terms of that have that kind of, you know, rolling mechanism?
So
is this
that,
a bit more articulation?
So it serves the same purpose for granting more leg articulation. But for those who have tried to fiddle with the rolling axis method before, will remember that as you try to move the leg, that rolling joint also moves with it as you're moving the leg. So a lot of people will know that they kind of are trying to fight the pose that they're trying to put it in, because you put the joint axis down to achieve it, but then it moves backward as you're moving that leg with it. So this one, it just simply pulls down instead. And so you're not having to fight yourself with the pose to do it this time. Additionally, the actual construction inside the chest has renewed posability. So it's able to lean, and I'm sorry, I'm really bungling this on camera for everyone on the screen, but it can lean forward quite a bit in order to do its kind of signature like kicks and various other like iconic poses that Seed and Seed Destiny.
Nice. So there's articulation in like the kind of torso.
Yeah. So it'll like move from side to side. It can move up and down pretty deep.
Yeah, I know like the shoulder and the neck was kind of like a big deal too, with how much articulation or range of motion you have with these.
Yeah, it uses an improved system that was first used on like the Destiny and Infinite Adjusted high grade a few years ago. But yeah, there's shoulder mobility that goes, allows it to go up, down to the like more forward axis. So it's like at an angle. So like the shoulder can be contorted to allow for some of those really exaggerated action poses that you see in stills.
So it's basically almost articulation of a real grade, but in a high grade.
Oh, it gets pretty close. They're very how can I say this? It's very, very, very fluid in terms of the movements that you can do with it.
That's really awesome.
So you're also saying like, you know, people tend to customize that area. They make it wider so that they can pose it a little different. You don't need to with this one.
Well, in terms of like just for people who are just kind of fiddling with the kit, yeah, you don't need to try to like fight yourself as you're trying to pose it, doing those midair kind of poses. But otherwise, like the kits itself are very solid. There's it's I don't know, if you're a fan of like the Seed Destiny designs and that Cosmic Era universe, you're gonna love these. And I had a fun time building them also, even though I didn't have the instructions.
By the way, we have instructions. He blindly built it anyway. So that's the level of Xavier.
That's hardcore.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Well, don't worry, Xavier. No one cared about your fiddling. They were more upset with my terrible camera work.
Oh, really?
They're like, can this idiot get closer? And I'm like, I'm trying to do like 4 things. Sorry, guys.
But what's really cool with like some of the accessories, like the shields and whatnot, they have like articulation motion and whatnot as well.
Yeah, actually, I was surprised. So on the Freedom Gundam, the shield right here. Hold on, let me set them down so I can show the shield. So I was surprised to find that this gimmick for opening up, I thought it was going to be like a replacement part, but it actually slides open to do its little like rifle storage. So this is an actual sliding gimmick. It's not a replacement part that you need to swap out for the flight mode transformation.
That's so cool. And then, of course, like there's additional parts that you can add, like the translucent parts that it comes with, too.
Oh yeah. I didn't have the time to do it, but it had both the Immortal Justice and Rising Freedom. They both have various energy effect parts. Some of them are used in the transformation, and then Justice has like I lost my baggie. The Justice has the beam effects for its like Shin, so it can do like its like kicking poses and stuff.
Yeah, the Freedom looks great.
Yeah, someone asked. Yeah, the white lines are stickers. Yes, someone asked in the chat.
But you always paint that.
Yeah, you can always paint that.
Which white lines?
The ones on the wings. Yes.
I was like, which white line are you talking? The clearly defined white lines on the wing. No, and I can't wait because this is just the first 2, and there's so much more from the upcoming Gundam Seed Freedom movie.
Yes.
And once again, as we mentioned in the previous segment, that's what's so cool about high grade is you can immediately out of the from the start can collect most of what you see in the show or in the upcoming movie.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited to build the Galgoog Menace when that comes out. It'll come out a little bit later after the main Gundams, of course, but also the other non-Gundam mobile suits look like they're pretty interesting designs as well.
Nice. And don't forget, these all have like a mobile armor mode, right? So they transform as well.
Yeah, these guys like they turn into like a kind of a plane thing.
Right.
It's the classic Gundam of like turn upside down and like spread your arms and there's suddenly wings type of thing.
So yeah, so for today, those are the items that we have. Of course, these are going to be available either soon, currently available, or going to be available in the near future. Continue to follow us on Gundam.info or any of our socials that we have so that you are always up to date with our latest items. And let us know in the chat of like some of the items that you want to see in between our annual events so that we can kind of continue to bring more and more to you guys for first looks, because this is always fun to be able to bring to you guys something that it's first for our particular territory, because I know everything starts overseas, but you guys are just so great at getting all of that information, because I know you probably get your information from like whatever Japanese sites or whatnot when they post their photos or the hobby events in Japan, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, but hopefully we could continue to bring some of these items. So once again, let us know in the chat which items that you guys like the most. And yeah, that's it. I mean, anything else? Like, what was your favorite kit for today that we showed? Oh yeah, sir. Nice.
Easy right here. And then runner up, I would have to say that big one that's hidden under the table right now.
Just short on
So,
them.
but definitely this one. I missed the first pre-order, but guys, it's gonna come again. So second time around is your opportunity to grab this one.
Right. If the Maxer does well, then there's a couple of other characters, and we might eventually get to that other character that Melissa was just kind of talking about out loud earlier. But
It's only been mentioned in the comments like 86 times.
right, I bet.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Hashtag GUNPLA Melly Tequila.
That's right.
I mean, the ones that don't even say Tequila Gundam, they just say tequila. It just looks like they just want alcohol all the time. in the
It's
chat.
always tequila win. But yeah, we'll be back. Speaking of when, we'll be back at 2 o'clock. We're going to be talking about the GBWC winners.
Right.
I am super excited. Seen them. They look amazing. We were in Japan, saw the Japan winner. Also looks amazing. So we'll be super excited to talk about that. Like Freddie mentioned, make sure that you're following us on all our social platforms. That is at Bandai Collect and at Bandai Hobby US across all the social platforms. That's the best way to keep up with us outside of the stream. And until 2 o'clock, we'll see you guys then.
Well, in between. We do have stuff in Japan, right?
That's true. Japan has stuff.
So
but
you'll see us.
we won't be there.
Yeah, you will see us, but you'll see the.
At noon, they're going to hack the moving Gundam.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're hacking.
Yeah.
We're hacking.
I mean, I'm not. I got priors. I'm not allowed to anymore.
Oh.
But some other people, they're going to be playing some games and hacking some Gundams.
Right.
But that's at noon. So in just 25 minutes, you can hack the moving Gundam from Yokohama.
Yeah, so make sure you join us for that and the segment that's after that, and then you'll see us.
The 2 is the important one.
No, the Japan one is important too. But thank you guys so much. We'll see you soon.
Bye.